Hi, the discrepant event I have chose to do is called the Frosty Can. Unfortunately, I will not be able to teach this lesson to my first graders before Tuesday, so I don't have an audience. However, I have set up a couple questions as if I were going to teach it to a first grade class. So first of all, the materials that we need is a tin can with the label removed, some table salt and crushed ice, also a thermometer and a spoon for stirring, and I have a timer because you have to check the temperature every 30 seconds. So the direction says to fill the tin can with the label off with crushed ice and a handful of salt. Now, as I'm doing this experiment, I would ask the kids what the temperature was like in the classroom currently, if they thought it was warm or if they thought it was cold. And then I would ask them what ice would do to a drink that they had, if it would decrease the temperature of the drink or if it would raise the temperature of the drink. And then I would ask them what they thought salt would be used for, what the salt would do, and what do we usually use salt for on a daily basis. Okay, next it says put a handful of salt in. Okay, and then we put the thermometer in, which currently the thermometer is at about 71. So we put the thermometer in and stir with a separate stirrer. And then the assignment says to have the students record the temperatures every 30 seconds. So our first recording of the temperature, it says about 37 degrees. So let me set my thermometer. Have students read off the temperature every half minute, and have the other students observe carefully the outside surface of the can and indicate to those observing the temperature the moment that they observe the frost forming. Okay, well, that's just the glue from the can, but almost immediately I observed frost on the can. So I would say that as soon as they put the ingredients in and started to stir, there was almost frost immediately. So we'll write that. So another question that you could ask the students would be, what form is frost, whether they thought it was a liquid, a gas, a solid, and have them record that, and maybe ask them for their opinion of why they think that the frost formed so quickly on the can. So even though my timer hasn't went off, I would say that it's about 30 degrees now. and there's still frost on the can. So these directions say to graph your results. So the graph would be showing a slight decrease in temperature. This might be a little bit difficult for the first graders to create a graph, but it would be something that the teacher could do in the front of the classroom and show everyone off of the one graph. And then it asks, what is the frost doing? Is it giving off heat? Is it giving off any coolness? And I would say that it's definitely cold around the can. Cool temperature around the can. And then the explanation for this experiment, well, I guess I can do one more, and it's at about 22 degrees. I didn't realize my thermometer was minutes, not seconds, so I would obviously need another form of a timer. So I recorded about 3 temperatures. So it says the explanation of this experiment is that the salt in the crushed ice makes the ice melt in the beginning, but brings the temperature down below the normal freezing point of water, which is 0 degrees Celsius. The moisture in the air hitting the cold surface of the can turns into the solid state of frost, without passing the liquid state. Sublimation. This process, just like condensation, is giving off heat, which is why the graph levels off after frost formation. So if it levels off, then we should continue to see about the 22 degree mark, which, yes, it's not really moving below the 22 degree mark. So I guess this would be where our graph would level off. And that is the end of our experiment. Thank you.